Okay, I think we're live. I haven't done this before, so um, we'll kind of see. I'm trying to look on YouTube and see if it's up. Yes, perfect. Okay, hopefully I'm not too delayed on YouTube. Just bear with me. I'll get used to this eventually. So this is how our team calls are going to go from now on, and I'm really excited because I think this is going to be more interactive and just easier for a lot of us, because I know a lot of you guys on the East Coast, this is like really late for you, so you can watch this tomorrow, the day after, just goes right up on YouTube, so it's really easy. And Chris does his calls, and his calls are awesome, so I figured, our calls can just be kind of troubleshooting. Throughout the week, you guys can send me questions that you have, and I can answer them, and we can talk about specific things, and that's kind of what I want this call to be. So, to kind of get started tonight,
Okay.
I want to kind of talk about the promotions for the month, which are P90X3 Challenge Pack is $180 this month, and TurboFire is $140. And I mean, that's a great deal because I basically am telling people you can buy Shakeology and get your program for free. So that's a great thing for anybody that's wanting to start out or doesn't really know what to do. TurboFire's, it's a really fun workout. It's fitness, it's cardio primarily. There's a little bit of weights in it, but it is kind of dancey. I'm not a dancer, and I can do it okay. So you don't have to be really coordinated, and it's a really good workout, and I just enjoyed doing it. And you get it for $10, so if you, or basically get it for free. So if you don't enjoy it, then you can give it to your mom or somebody. I'm going to fiddle around with how I like this. What else this month? So Summit's coming up in June. I am not going to get to go this year. I had a camping trip that I promised my parents that we would go on with them, but Stacy James from our team and Jefferson and Ryan from our team are going, and I'm really excited for you guys. And those of you that signed up to coach this year, be thinking about Summit next year. It's one of those things that like you go and it just kind of lights that fire in you. It gets you excited. They have amazing training. Being around other coaches, you just learn a ton. So it's kind of one of those things like if you really want to build this business, it's kind of a vital thing for you. Also, what did I want to talk about? I should have written things down. I have a clean eating group starting up on Monday. You guys are more than welcome to invite people to that. And like I've talked about before, the clean eating groups are really a good precursor for you to the challenge group. So, add people in that maybe you've connected with on Instagram and they have never done Beachbody anything. Add them to the clean eating group. It's going to be something that's not really intimidating for them. You can add them to that. And then after they've lost, I have so many people that are like, oh, I lost 3 pounds, I lost 4 pounds, I lost 5 pounds. We'll then start a conversation with them like, hey, how much more do you have to lose? Are you now, has this really like kick-started that in you? Are you excited about hitting your goal? Where do you see yourself getting to? What do you think keeps you from getting to your goal? Hey, by the way, I have this 30-day challenge group coming up. Is that something you'd be interested in? So you're always just kind of asking questions and leading people, and the 5-day clean eating group is a really easy way to introduce people and get them kind of prepped and primed for your challenge groups. Tonight's call is going to be pretty short because I've never done this before and I want to make sure it works. And so I'm not going to take a ton of time tonight. But one thing I wanted to talk about was consistency. And that's really going to be the key to you being successful. And I think we all know that. Like, we all know that if we spend a week really reaching out to people and then we spend 3 weeks not reaching out to anybody, your business is going to go like this. Like, you're going to have ups and downs, but what you're looking for is kind of like an even, steady up. You want to be increasing and building your business, and really that takes being consistent. It doesn't take hours and hours a day, just like working out, I know that I've said this so many times, but I need to hear it. I can't work out 7 hours on Sunday and not work out any other day of the week and expect the same results. Like, I have to be consistent, even if it's 20 minutes a day. And honestly, with my workouts, I don't want to do them like most of the time, because I work out in the evening and I sit down after a long day of reaching out to people, helping people with their fitness, taking care of my kids, and I don't feel like working out. But I know, because I've made it a habit, that I need to do it because it makes me feel better. And if I don't do it, I'm just going to feel worse. And we know with working out, if you skip a day, you're more likely to skip the next day and the next day. And like, when we become lazy, it kind of breeds this laziness in us. Like, I didn't work out yesterday and I ate like crap, so what's the point of working out today and eating healthy? I'll just skip another day, and then I'll skip another day, and I'll skip another day. Well, your business is so much the same. It's amazing. I will feel on top of the world and amazing about my business on Monday. And then Tuesday, I'll slack off, and I will feel like I'm failing and I want to quit. Like, it's just this roller coaster. And I think it really is that way in business if you're not grounding yourself in personal development, if you're not staying consistent with inviting, and if you're not being proof that the products work by doing your workouts. So if you're not doing those 3 things daily, then you're going to get discouraged. And I know I do. Like, this week, I will be honest, I have not been great at personal development. I have crappy family circumstances going on. I have a lot of stuff on my plate. I am having kind of a crummy week. But I'm kind of making it worse by not spending time building myself up and edifying myself and feeding myself positive. We get stuck on the negative so often, and we forget that there's always negative. There will always be negative. If we don't constantly feed ourselves positive, you're going to find yourself discouraged. You're going to find yourself wanting to quit. I struggle with that every day. One thing I was thinking is, you know, our circumstances don't have to define us. Like, I have lots of family stuff going on, and it's really crummy, and it's not fun, but that doesn't have to, I don't have to stop in my tracks with my business because that's going on. And that's reality. Like, hard things will happen, but I can still stay consistent. I can still reach out and invite people. I can still do my workouts. I can still do my personal development, because really, if I'm not doing those things, I'm making things worse. Like, I'm doing myself a disservice. I'm making my life harder. If anything, I need to do more of those things in those hard times. But it's just so easy once you get in that rut to stay in that rut, just like working out with your business. So if you guys feel like you're in that rut of just like, oh, I don't want to invite today, I want you to really focus on connecting with, why are you doing this? Like, why did you decide to coach? Why are you doing this? I know some of you have this dream of, one of you has this amazing garden and has this dream of being able to make enough money that you can garden and not worry about your income and just do what you love. I know one of you wants to not have to go to work when your son goes back to school next year. I know one of you wants to be able to move to a warmer climate. I know one of you wants to be able to pay for your schooling and pay for your family and feed orphans. I know one of you would love to be able to retire early. I know these are all desires that you guys have, but it's so easy to get distracted by daily stuff and forget this like passion that you have deep inside of you. So I want you to connect with that. Write it down. I know I've said this so many times. Write it down why you're doing this. Put it on your mirror, put it on your computer, put it on your fridge, put it on your rearview mirror, not while you're driving, but any way that can motivate you, because every day you're going to have things that bombard you, that discourage you, that cause you to forget why you're doing this. And you need to remember why. Because if you think about it, like, I will hit 6 figures in my business this year. And I don't say that like, ooh, look at me. Like I've worked pretty hard for that for 3 years, and I've stayed really consistent, but I am not special. I am not business savvy. I am not somebody that's constantly been consistent, but for the most part, I've fought for it. It's important to me. I've stayed consistent, and I've ignored people that have told me otherwise. I've ignored people that had negative things to speak over me. I've ignored my own self saying, oh, well, that's for other people, or you're never going to be able to pay off your house completely. You're never going to be able to make 6 figures. You're never going to be able to be a top person in your field. Like, that's not for you. That's for somebody else. And though, like, my desire is not to be a top person in my field, I am beginning to believe that, yeah, I can totally do that. I can do anything I want, but I have to put the work in. And I really care about you guys, and I really love you guys, and I'm really connected with your whys and why the heck you're doing this. And it's inspiring to me, and I don't want you to lose sight of why you are doing this. It's so important. It's so easy for other people to come in, or for you to come in and discourage yourself and keep you from remembering why you started doing this in the first place. So I really want you to think about that this week when you're like, I'm just tired. I don't want to reach out to people. Well, yeah, I'm tired too, and I totally get it. But remember that amazing dream that you have. Remember that you want to go on those crazy vacations in 10 years. Remember that you want to pay for your kids' college. Remember that you want to provide for other people that are in need. Remember that you want to be financially independent. Remember that. And it's no wonder not everybody gets to do this. Not everybody gets to create a business from nothing, because it's hard. It's hard, it's taxing, it's frustrating, it's emotional. Like, I can't even tell you how many times I've cried out of frustration, mostly frustration for people that don't see in them what I see in them. And that's probably the most frustrating thing for me, is wanting so much for people that just don't see it and give up and just can't do it. And I'm learning that I can't make people do things that they don't want to do. And I've really enjoyed having my conversations with you guys as of late, just getting to connect with you on a personal level and ask you, like, where do you want to get to and how can I help you get there? Not where I want you to get to, because that doesn't matter. That doesn't inspire you. Where do you want to get to and how can I help you get there? And any of you guys that I haven't got a chance to connect with yet, I would love to talk with you and just hear from you how you're doing, what you feel like you're struggling with, what you feel like you're doing good with, what your goals are, and where you want to get to, and if I can motivate you and encourage you to get there. Yeah, I wanted to kind of share that. And, I know that the most discouraging time is when you're getting that momentum going, like in the compound effect. They talk about the train and how you really have to feed the fire, like you're putting coal in the fire in the train to get that engine moving, and that's the hardest part. I think a lot of times we get so burned out and frustrated that we're not seeing the results in that time that we stop, and then all that momentum, all that heat goes away. So you're having to restart all the time, which is so frustrating. Just like with your workouts, you do really good for 2-3 weeks, and I know we see clients do this, so think about how frustrating it is for you to see clients that do so good for 2 weeks and don't see, maybe they just lose 2 pounds, they get frustrated and they just quit. But really the sweet spot is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 weeks. Like, that's really where you start seeing amazing results. And it's so frustrating to see them just give up. And that's really, if you think about it, that's your coaching business. It really takes a lot of time and energy to get that momentum going. But once you get it going, it's so easy, but you have to keep inviting, keep working out, keep doing your personal development. And that's something that from experience, like I've totally seen. I used to start and stop and start and stop, and it was so frustrating to put all that energy in and just see it fizzle out. But I see the benefit in staying consistent. I know Chris has talked about like the water spigot, where it used to be like you had to pump this spigot, and you pumped it and you pumped it and you pumped it, and this is how they got water outside. And you're pumping and you're pumping and you're pumping and you're pumping, and you're getting nothing. And I think that's the time in coaching where we're like, okay, I'm not getting anything, I'm just going to stop. But you don't realize, like, as you're pumping, the water is coming up. And when you stop, it's going back down. Like, you were so close to getting that momentum. So I think just to encourage you guys, it really does take work at the beginning to get that momentum. But once that train's moving, once the water's coming out, it's easy to keep pumping. Like for me, when I see clients like or get referred like new people or have new contacts or people that reach out to me, or you know, oh, I went through the clean eating group, I lost 4 pounds, and I connect with them and they want to get the challenge pack. Like, that's so gratifying for me because I see that that's come through my consistency of meet new people every day, plug them into the clean eating group or my fitness group, talk to people about the challenge group, plug them in there, talk to people about coaching, add them to the coach group, and then just repeating that. And it really is very simple when it comes down to it. Like, there's tons of other things we do, but really we're inviting, we're doing our workouts, being proof the product works, and we're doing personal development. And if you can master those 3 things, you'll be an amazing coach. But really, it's being consistent. So yes, this is the way we're going to do our calls from here on out, and I am really excited about this because I don't know, you see me, I'm just talking to myself, I'm just seeing me, but it feels like somehow this is more, we're more connected this way. So let me know how you guys like this, and let me know if you have any questions that you want to go over for next week. I would love to like role play how I reach out to people, or talk to you about how I present challenge packs and challenge groups of people, talk to you about how I talk to people about coaching, anything like that. So please feel free. I'm going to start a document, basically questions for our weekly calls, so you guys can post in there. But I love you guys. You're awesome. My shirt, it says love. Really, you guys bless me, and I am just so encouraged to get to connect with each and every one of you, and you guys really challenge me. You challenge me to be a better coach and be a better leader, and I'm a crappy leader. I am. It's not natural for me, but I am learning, and I appreciate getting to learn from you guys. So yeah, I look forward to hearing from you guys, and I'm excited about these weekly calls. So next Monday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time, we will do another one, 8:30. And like I said, I know for you guys on the East Coast and Central even, this is a little late for you. So I'm going to record, they go right onto YouTube, and then I can post the link like right after it's done. So it's kind of awesome. Okay, good night. Have a good week. You guys are awesome. Talk soon. Bye.